Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. But before we do, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you believe that you want everlasting life to live forever, pick Jesus today. Say, Lord Jesus, I want you in my life. I want to change my life so I can live forever. Lead me, guide me, transform me, forgive me. Amen. Let's get into this. Man, I just watched Jack Culcay versus Demetrius Andrade. Sorry guys, I didn't watch that fight. I just looked at the results. Hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Jack Culcay used a strategy that worked against Demetrius Andrade, made Demetrius Andrade fight his fight. This fight could have gone either way. It could have gone Andrade's way. It could have gone Culcay's way. Andrade can fight, man. Ninja had to fight in the trenches. He had to fight on the inside. This fight could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. Hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Culcay denied Andrade the ability to do what he wanted to do. Culcay would box him on the outside and then come to the inside using the lead right. Obviously, you use the lead right. You don't use the jab to come into the inside in a southpaw. And then he'd scrap on the inside, kind of like a la Gene Fullmer would. He'd just scrap on the inside. He was accurate at times on the inside, but for the most part, he'd just try to bully Demetrius Andrade on the inside. He'd bully him and kind of like Sean Porter, kind of like Gene Fullmer. If you guys ever watched any fight with Gene Fullmer, I guess you guys don't know who that is. He'd bully you on the inside. So he box you on the outside. Kind of like Sean Porter too. Sean Porter would use his jab on the outside, and then he'd use the jab to get to the inside, and then, well, sometimes, or he'd use his athleticism, two leaping left hooks a la Joe Frazier. He used leaping left hooks to get to the inside. But the point anyway is this, right? Jack Culcay was WBA champion for a reason in super welterweight. Dude got skills. Man, big props to Demetrius Andrade going all the way to Germany to catch that strap and to beat Jack Culcay, who's a very good fighter. I would love to see a rematch between the two of them, because if Jack Culcay could come back to the U.S. and face Demetrius, and let's see if Demetrius can make this fight less close. Haven't dealt with the style. I think he owes the champion a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Because that fight was close. You know what I mean? And if it was that good the first time, they should do it again. He did it with Vanis Martirosyan. He gave Vanis a rematch. Definitely Jack Culcay got some skills, man. You know, Culcay's a kind of boxer. Let me describe his style for you. He's a kind of boxer who can handle you on the outside, but he really wants to get on the inside. All right? So he reminds me a little bit of Adrian Granados. Adrian Granados is a hell of a lot more skilled than Jack Culcay, but he reminds me of Adrian Granados, and he's a little bit sharper. At least he was sharper in this fight than Adrian was against Adrian Broner in his fight with Broner. So he's a little sharper. I think Granados, though, he's better at super lightweight, aka junior welterweight, light welterweight, right? But still, man, great fight. Loved it. Demetrius Andrade definitely met his match. Jack Culcay didn't have enough power to knock out Demetrius Andrade, but both guys had pretty good defense with the high guard and slipping out punches and stuff like that. Nice tactical chess match. Of course, Demetrius Andrade had the better head movement, but Culcay didn't need a head movement because he could use the double guard. Sometimes he'd go back into the shell, side-on defense, that is, and but he didn't swivel. See, swiveling makes a big difference. Demetrius had all the advantages, and yet Jack Culcay... See, this is what I'm trying to explain to people, but they just don't understand. You can have the reach advantage. You can be a good jabber and all of that. But it don't mean shit if a guy has the skills and abilities to nullify those things, to sort of take them away. Not necessarily take away your jabbing hand. You might jab all night. It doesn't mean shit, though. Charlie Burley. This guy, Jack Culcay, he figured out a way to get around the jab. Even though mostly uses quickness and his lead right to get on the inside. But he understands how to negate a jab. And in this case, he negated the jab with the high guard or distance control. So he would stay on the outside. He would use his jab to find range and stay on the outside of the dude, and then he would either come off his lead right and get to the inside, or he would just pretty much launch out to the inside once Andre put his hands together and he was under defensive mode, and then he would do his thing. With Adrian Granados, he worked to the inside off his jab, to use the jab and get to the inside. If he's using a jab and you're using a jab, he uses his jab in the offbeat, off rhythm of your jab. As you're pulling back your jab, he can get to the inside of you. See? Now, when we talk about guys like Canelo, Charlie Burley, Floyd Mayweather, James Toney, Mike McCallum, right? I was trying to explain to another guy who was talking about Thomas Hearns beating Floyd because Floyd wouldn't be able to get within his reach. What you guys don't understand is these fighters are special that I just talked about. These are guys who you can throw how many jabs you want. They're going to get on the inside of you because they're able to understand range and distance. See? And Thomas Hearns, the problem with Thomas Hearns was he'd extend a jab, but he don't ever bring that jab back up home. Right? He had what we use, again, the Philly shell. But his high guard, like Shane Mosley, you could get countered over his left shoulder. He gets countered over his left shoulder all the time. Plus, Floyd Mayweather ain't going to come straight down the pike against Thomas Hearns. Y'all stupid, man. He always going to come off an angle. Go weak side. Catch him over the top. Work his body on the weak side. I don't know if you guys understand when I say weak side. What I mean to say is at an angle where the opponent can't hit you back. And usually the weak side is the left side of a boxer who's an orthodox fighter. So you're going over the left shoulder and to the left of him. So he's constantly pivoting to try and find you. He can't hit you with the straight right because you're coming off an angle. And the way how, this is what we call special effects, so you guys can understand. Because a lot of you don't understand boxing. If you understood boxing, you understand how Floyd would chop up Thomas Hearns. And Thomas Hearns would look slow against Floyd. But y'all don't understand weight divisions. Y'all don't understand boxing. Y'all just don't understand so many fundamental things about boxing. I'm telling you, Floyd would chop the shit out of Thomas Hearns. Might even stop him. Make it look easy. Alright? Demetrius Andrade is supposed to be this great fighter, right? He's supposed to be this great fighter. Jack Culcay nullified his jab, nullified his southpaw stance, and took him to school. I mean, he was beating the shit out of him on the inside. But I got to give it to Andrade. Andrade is a beast. He fought right back. Big, tall man fighting right back was awesome. I mean, he wasn't really hitting Culcay with anything special because both of them have pretty decent defense with catching the shots. And Culcay didn't have the power to really put Demetrius Andrade away. But the beautiful thing about the whole thing I'm trying to tell you guys is, look at how short Jack Culcay is to Demetrius Andrade. Friggin' giant compared to Jack Culcay. And this motherfucker made Demetrius Andrade fight his fight. How is that possible? And I'm telling you, I'm trying to explain to you, because Demetrius Andrade is a hell of a boxer. I'm trying to tell you guys that height and reach and all that shit. Okay, let me ask you guys this. How the fuck is Manny Pacquiao, alright? Excuse my French. How on earth is Manny Pacquiao able to beat guys with longer reaches than him? Oscar De La Hoya is Mr. Jabber, right? Mr. Jabber comes up against Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather beats him. Mr. Jabber comes up against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao beats him. Why? And don't tell me it was weight drain, because he was still using his jab. Because these guys know how to deal with guys with good jabs. There was a lot of guys in Floyd Mayweather's career who had great jabs. Not good jabs. Great jabs. Friggin' Gennaro Hernandez was friggin' good at this jab. He was educated at his jab. He had different kinds of jabs he used. Friggin' beautiful to watch. Poetry in friggin' motion. I can understand why Floyd had him as his hero. had him as his idol. Floyd had to fight his idol. Kind of like when Sugar Ray Robinson fought Henry Armstrong, except Henry Armstrong's a totally different style, right? Henry Armstrong, shit. Henry Armstrong used to fight guys bigger than him, stronger than him, and with some freaking good jabs. How the freaking hell was Henry Armstrong able to get on the inside of all those guys? Shit. Roberto Duran, yeah, he was good. He wasn't no friggin' Henry Armstrong. I can tell you guys that now. Head movement was beautiful. Armstrong never used to get caught with punches like how Duran was caught. I mean, he later on in his career, yes, he was caught with punches. He had a hell of a chin, but still. Alright? Julio Cesar Chavez, he still take punches. You know what I mean? To get to the inside. But you got fighters like Canelo, James Toney. James Toney don't take no punch to get to no inside. Mike McCallum. Shit, Charlie Burley. Charlie Burley, go watch on YouTube Charlie Burley versus Oakland Spit. Shit, he show you how you deal with a jab. I'm doing video after video after video after video about these things. Alright? So that's why I try to explain to you guys. Floyd Mayweather versus Thomas Hearns. This is for you guys that somehow in your hard heads you think Thomas Hearns had a good jab and he had a straight right. Now every single black fighter fights with a jab to start with. Mayweather doesn't have to fight you with a jab. That's an option. That's an option in his resume. Right? He fought Manny Pacquiao with a jab because he wanted Pacquiao to respect him at a certain range, and he used a jab. Now listen, now y'all ain't hearing me. He used a jab against a southpaw. There is very few fighters in the history of boxing. You know, the ghetto wizard Benny Leonard, he could have done it, right? But to fight a fighter like Manny Pacquiao with a jab and to be successful at hitting him with a jab, shit, that's almost impossible, man. That's like saying you gonna stop Aaron Pryor with a jab. You're going to stop him from coming at you with a jab. That ain't happening. Right? I can understand why Mayweather wanted to fight Aaron Pryor. Because Aaron Pryor is an orthodox version of Manny Pacquiao. I keep on explaining this to you people. Do you guys understand styles in boxing? Do you understand Freddie Roach took what he saw in Aaron Pryor and he applied those principles to Manny Pacquiao? Do you guys understand that? So, I mean, I try to talk boxing with you guys. I try to explain to you why Thomas Hearns there's no way in hell Thomas Hearns is knocking out Floyd Mayweather. Y'all can say all you want. Oh, he knocked out Roberto Duran, and Floyd had certain things for Roberto. Watch me. Motherfucker wasn't knocking out he wasn't knocking out Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't knocking out Ernesto Marcel. He wasn't knocking out Charlie Burley. He wasn't knocking out Pernell Whitaker. He wasn't knocking out He sure as hell ain't knocking out James Toney. Alright? I'm telling you right now, he ain't knocking them. He ain't knocking those guys out. He might catch James Toney though with a jab. He might catch him. So all his shotgun jab and how powerful jab he had, quick and powerful, and he was quick and powerful. Stop with the bullshit, man. Stop with the bullshit. Y'all don't know boxing, man. How the hell he gonna hit Floyd? How is he hitting Floyd? You think Floyd gonna stand up straight in front of him and get popped with the head? It ain't happening. So much more sharper, so much more dynamic, so much more elusive than Sugar Ray Leonard. Shit, Sugar Ray Leonard get hit too damn much. He gets hit too damn much. Sugar Ray Robinson gets hit too damn much. How much do you guys understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain to you guys why Floyd would beat them. Because he would hit them. He wouldn't knock out Sugar Ray Leonard. Nobody knocked out Sugar Ray Leonard till he was past his prime. Nobody knocked out Sugar Ray Robinson until he went up and fought Joey Maxim. So I don't expect Floyd to knock out those guys. I don't expect it. But shit, they not hitting him. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. They're not going to hit him. But he's going to hit them. That's a guarantee. Because the defense is not tight enough. That Floyd would be missing all his shots. Shit. Floyd Mayweather Sr. was tagging up Sugar Ray Leonard. Just didn't have the power. He was tagging him up. It was harder for Sugar Ray Leonard to hit Floyd Mayweather Sr. Shit, Jr. is so much better than the Senior. Come on, man. Alright? This ain't Wilfredo Benitez. I keep on explaining to you guys. I do this video after video. You got to understand styles in boxing. You got to go watch fights. Y'all get caught up in sensationalism. Oh shit, Thomas Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran. Yeah, he knocked out Roberto Duran. He punished him first, though. Okay, he punished him first, dropped him, then knocked him out. It wasn't a one-punch knockout. It was accumulation of punishment. Alright? See, y'all don't know shit about boxing. That's what pisses me off. Y'all don't watch what's happening in a fight. It gets me angry. Shit, Floyd been fighting adults since he was a child and whooping their ass. But he gonna get knocked down by Thomas Hearns. So, reach advantage and height advantage, they only work for someone who is at similar skill set, or similar skill level, as another guy. But if another guy knows how to deal with a jab, that's Floyd. I listen to people over and over say, you gotta have a good jab to beat Floyd Mayweather. Man, Oscar had a hell of a jab. He didn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Shane Mosley had a decent jab. Couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Marcus Maidana used the jab. Couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Jose Luis Castillo had an educated jab. He was a very good boxer. Pressure fighter. Couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Zab Judah, southpaw, hell of a fighter. Sharp, quick jab. Couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Gennaro Hernandez is as complete as fighters get. Couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. All the guys I said, they have a reach equal to Floyd Mayweather's or longer. Couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Alright? So, if y'all don't know that Floyd Mayweather is a different kind of breed of ambush fighter, y'all get educated and get educated quickly. See, the footwork of Floyd Mayweather ain't the footwork of a stick and move fighter. I keep on trying to explain this to you guys. His footwork's totally different. He don't bounce. He don't shuffle that much. He pivot. I try to explain this to you guys, and you guys don't know shit about boxing to understand what I'm saying. Even Burley would shuffle in and out. He would slip in and out. Alright? He go in and out. Floyd, he pivot. It's totally different. You know a guy who used pivots a lot? James Toney too. The footwork. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. You don't come down straight lines. You come off of angles. This is special effects. You slide in. Right? You leap in off an angle. Your opponent can't see it. I'm telling you, man, Hearns will get tagged up. I showed you guys, go check out Mayweather versus Tony Pep. Tony Pep got a similar style to Thomas Hearns because he's a tall fighter. Emmanuel Stewart would teach a tall fighter to fight tall. So, yeah, tall fighter like Tony Pep. Very classy fighter. Alright? Lost to one or two fighters. I think he lost to Justin Juku early in his career, and he had a championship fight at super featherweight against Regilio Tor. Go watch those two fights. Shorter fighters. Juku was kind of tall. Alright? He lost to Juku and he lost to Regilio Tor. Hell of a boxer, though. Hell of a boxer. You'll never hear about him. Tony Pep. Canadian boxer, actually. But he was a good boxer. He later, when he moved up in weight class to higher divisions, he got knocked out because he was mostly a super featherweight, borderline lightweight. He wasn't no super lightweight, so Ricky hadn't knocked his ass out. But my point is this, that 6'1", having a Weaver's beam reach, talking about 74-inch reach, like Thomas Hearns, popped that jab beautifully, crisp jab. That was his feature, was his jab, really. He had the same combinations as Hearns. He got that wonderful left that left hook, that right uppercut. When you come on the inside, you use that uppercut on the inside. That's something all boxers use, tall ones. You know what I'm saying? He had that beautiful straight right, but he didn't have the power behind the straight right. Right? You go watch film on the motherfucker. Watch film on him. Excuse my language. Watch film on that guy. Then come back to me and go watch film on Thomas Hearns. Watch film on both guys. You're going to see the same shit they do. Because they tall fighters. Mark Breland. The one thing I got to give Emmanuel Stewart, he knew how to make tall fighters effective. Right? His thing was jab, jab, straight right. That was Emmanuel Stewart's thing. Right? And he didn't think a guy was a boxer if he didn't use a jab. So you hear Emmanuel Stewart say, Floyd Mayweather, he ain't no boxer. He very athletic. He didn't understand the shit that Floyd was doing. With the feints, with the lead rights, leaping left hooks. He didn't understand the shit that Floyd was doing. So he thought Floyd wasn't boxing, but Floyd come from a school of trainers. Floyd Mayweather Sr. was trained by some really good old school trainers. Okay? They come from the school where you don't have to use a jab solely to win a fight. You can distance control, and you can control distance using many different things. And one of them is a system of feints. You hear me talk about this over and over. Something that separates Floyd from a lot of other boxers is his system of feints. He got all kind of freaking feints, man. Okay? He don't only swivel to come in on you, but he can change it up. He can come in on you like a gangster, but his head always off to the side. Canelo Alvarez do the same shit. Go watch Canelo. Canelo can swivel at you. He be coming in like a serpent. His head coming in and out, and he's just circling that head, and he's coming in on you. I've seen Deontay Wilder start to do that too. That's really good. You saw Demetrius Andrade use it in the fight against Jack Culcay. He's swiveling in. The head's always off center. You see what I'm saying? That's called a swivel. And he walking in on you, but he's swiveling. You know what I'm saying? You got the if you're gonna walk in like a bargain, the head always off to the side. And at every step, the whole body's swiveling. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand this shit. Now when you walking down a fight, it's more likely you could get hit because you expose yourself. So you use the high guard to protect yourself on the center line. But once you drop that high guard, you got to swivel. See? These are shit y'all don't know. Thomas Hearns don't know shit about that. Because he fought straight up. He pretended like he had the shoulder roll. But like Shane Mosley, he could get countered over it. See what I'm saying? Because he didn't understand how to use the shoulder roll. You got to use the shoulder roll with your elbow. Your elbow got to come up in the air. All right? When Floyd walk into you. See, I'm teaching you guys about boxing. It's not just about it. Fucking heart don't mean shit in boxing. You have to also have skills. And skills are things that are taught. Okay? You are taught skills. Your trainers teach you things. And Floyd's father was taught by really good old school trainers. So Floyd got the fundamentals of boxing down pack. Go watch the fight with Tony Pep again. Floyd's not only using the high guard, but he's also using his elbows to stave off punches. Alright? He even, at certain points in time, Floyd actually resorts to what is called the turtle shell, a la Archie Moore. He uses elbows. When a guy coming hooking on the outside, he used the elbow. So it looks like a shoulder roll, but it's not shoulder roll. Jeff Mayweather was known for that. His uncle. See, I'm spitting knowledge to you guys. Because it's not that I'm the greatest guy in boxing. But shit, man. Boxing is all about skills. You have to have certain skills you bring to the table. It's not just about heart. It's not just about punching power. Fucking Thomas Hearns is basic compared to Floyd Mayweather. When we talking skills, motherfucker. Basic. Basic. He a basic dude. He's a 1-2 fighter. Use the jab as major. His major defense is his jab because he's a tall guy. So he's using all his height and range. You come on the inside, I'll scoop you with the uppercut. Nice sharp uppercut. Well, it wasn't so sharp. It was more venomous. He put all the effort into it. He always go 100%. That's another thing with Thomas Hearns. He go 100% too damn much. Too damn much. It was entertaining, but you got to know how to change it up all the time. And he didn't change it up enough. Right? Yeah, he had his spear jab. He had his probing jab. He had his up jab and stuff. I saw him. I see him using the up jab against certain opponents. He caught his. He had difficulty against certain opponents. You know, the referee stopped the fight with the fight between him and another dude. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy he reminded me a little bit of Emmanuel Burton. He just keep on rolling and slipping and rolling and bobbing and weaving. Once you got continuous head movement, upper body movement, what's the guy gonna hit? What's he gonna hit? The target constantly moves. See what I'm saying? Dipping and rolling, and swiveling and rocking and catching and shooting and blocking. A dude constantly doing that shit, you're not gonna be able to hit him. It's just what it is. So, like I constantly say, and to me, there was a fighter that Thomas Hearns fought. Let me see if I can go find it for you guys. Let me go find it. This is going to be an unedited video. I'm sorry about the cursing, folks. I know I'm a Christian. I'm not supposed to curse and all that. Let me go find this fighter here, man. This is unedited, by the way. And I'm not saying Thomas Hearns wasn't a hell of a fighter. He was a hell of a fighter. Alright? He was a hell of a fighter. But y'all don't know boxing, man. Y'all don't know boxing. Y'all just don't know boxing. If you think Hearns would have beaten Floyd, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all think it's all about punching power and how accurate he was and all that. That shit would roll out the window. It would roll out the window, okay? It would mean absolutely nothing. Alright, so after Thomas Hearns beat Pepino Cuevas, he then fought Luis Primero. Go watch how Luis Primero versus Thomas Hearns went. Alright? Go watch that fight. Luis Primero, he was undefeated until he faced Thomas Hearns. Watch his style particularly. Guy came from Venezuela. Watch his style. It's his style of fighting that I want you to see, and how difficult it was for Thomas Hearns to catch him with a shot. Alright, eventually the fight stops because Thomas Hearns hit him with a body shot. He went down. He got back up. The referee the referee called the fight, or his corner threw in the towel. I think the referee called the fight. It was confusing how the ending went. And Thomas Hearns got the victory. I think he dropped him again. He caught him with a right hook as he was bobbing under the shot to the back of the head, and he went down. But my point anyway is this dude, this Venezuelan dude, he was undefeated. But what interested me a lot about this fight was the fact that Thomas Hearns missed like crazy against this dude. Alright, dude had a style to me like Joe Frazier, a bob and weave kind of style. A lot of bobbing and weaving. Bobbing and weaving, blocking, bobbing and weaving. He reminded me of Joe Frazier. Dude just didn't have a left hook. He came up with a left hook. Shit, he would have knocked out Thomas Hearns. But Hearns was boxing beautifully. Don't get me wrong. Using that up jab all the time and boxing around him and trying to keep range. Even though the dude was still closing the distance, still banging on the inside with him, right? But still, go watch that fight. When I tell you these things, now of course there's another guy that really gave Thomas Hearns all he can handle, but it wasn't at welterweight. And the dude's name is James Kinchin. Go watch that fight. I thought Kinchin won, actually. Drop Hearns on all of that too. James Kinchin. This was at super middleweight. Go watch that fight against James Kinchin again. Dude using the high guard. Dude closing the distance and getting on the inside. Go watch that fight too. Alright? All of those fights were Hearns in his prime. Alright? Of course, we know about the Aaron Barkley fight, but Aaron Barkley took punishment. James Kinchin didn't take no damn punishment. Right? took no damn punishment. Was live all the way down to the end. And I thought Hearns lost that fight. But they gave it to Hearns, so I'm cool with it. Alright, we all know the famous Sugar Ray Leonard fight with Hearns, and we know about the famous Hagler fight. But my point is, people talk about you gotta have power to win a fight. No. You just need to be able to tag the other guy more than he can tag you. Make sure he missing all the time, and you make him pay. That's it. So, at the end of the day, that's why I said Sugar Ray Leonard gets hit too damn much. Floyd would win on points. Sugar Ray Robinson, he get hit too damn much, so Floyd would win on points. That's why I'm telling you, Floyd would beat those guys. And I have never changed my opinion about it because I know what Mayweather brings to the table, and I know what they bring to the table. I've watched them fight. Right? The reason why I knew Keith Thurman would beat Danny Garcia because of footwork. And it's not that Danny Garcia doesn't have great pivot work. He has great pivot work. And he slides really nicely. But the problem with Danny Garcia is that Keith is able to use his footwork intelligently to maintain a certain distance when he wants a certain distance. And his footwork's a little faster than, he's not more precise, but he's faster than Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia's got very precise footwork. Very precise footwork. But Keith got that little edge in terms of speed. He can get into position much faster than Danny could. And that's where Danny fails to win that fight. It's all about footwork. It wasn't nothing else. So, I knew Keith was going to beat Danny. Alright? I knew that from since they called that fight. And then the other point was, to me, even though it didn't turn out to be a point, that Keith had been a welterweight a lot longer than Danny Garcia had been a welterweight. So anything Danny could throw at Keith, Keith would be able to take it. But anything that Keith threw at Danny, it would be pronounced. And clearly in the fight, that's what happened. Whenever he hit Danny Garcia had to clench him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's welterweight power. It's real. It's a real welterweight you're dealing with. You're not dealing with somebody who's not. Mayweather, he just made sure he wasn't hit by Berto a lot. You know what I'm saying? If Berto was to really hit Mayweather would get much more hurt than if he was to hit Berto. Clearly, Berto is a real welterweight. And you're going to see Berto versus Sean Porter. And I guarantee you this. Porter's going to get his licks in. But Berto is a really tough, strong dude. I mean, you know, Berto always look like he's wandering around. He's going to get knocked out or something. But I'm telling you now, Berto, if he hit Sean Porter, now Keith Thurman hit Sean Porter, and Sean Porter, you know, but if Berto hit Sean Porter, I'm telling you now, because Berto hit fast and quick. If Berto put two punches together and Sean Porter, Porter's going down. He's going to knock him down. All right? Broner hit Sean Porter, and Porter went down. Okay? And Broner got some pop. Berto hits harder than Broner, I think. So if Berto hits Sean Porter with full leverage and power, shit, I know Sean Porter's going down. His feet is not going to hold him up. Because he's going to short circuit Sean Porter, and Porter's going to go down. But that doesn't mean he's going to stop Porter. And Porter may beat him off of activity, overwhelming him. But watch out for Berto. Berto can crack you, and he can stop you. Okay? Berto got that power. Okay, he's a real welterweight. So all I'm saying is, I'm talking from the perspective of knowing boxing, right? So when people talk about a longer fighter beating a shorter fighter, I say, okay, so you think they're on the same level, right? Because basically you saying, when you say Thomas Hearns would beat Mayweather, or you say that you're saying that Demetrius Andrade or Ersan Lara would beat him, You're thinking that they're on the same level of boxing skill, the same level of boxing. Mayweather's on a whole other level to those guys. Burley was on a whole other level to all the guys in his era. Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean, Burley was fighting guys at light heavyweight. I was beating them. He even fought a heavyweight and beat him. Okay, got to outweigh him a tremendous amount. And Burley was able to do this because Burley had a style that was extremely difficult to face. And I'm telling you now, I know Burley would have given Sugar Ray Robinson a beating. He would have beat him. Because Robinson get hit too damn much. He'd have beaten Sugar Ray Robinson. That's why they never took that fight. They never took that fight. Robinson was catching his tail with Randy Turpin, who is not even half the boxer that Charlie Burley was. Alright? I'm saying all of this just to, in effect, say this. You got certain boxers who got it all. And then you got boxers who got it all, and they just on a level better than every other boxer. Right? So when we talk about guys who have all-round game, Mayweather's at the top of the pile. He's not a knockout artist, so he will win by points. But he's at the top of the pile. He can stand right in front of you and you ain't going to hit him. He's standing right in front of you, and you're not going to hit him. He's not going to move. He's not going to step anywhere. He's just going to stand in front of you, and you're not going to hit him. He'll be right up in your chest, and you're not going to hit him. That's Mayweather, because he's got that upper body movement, so that you can't even hit his body, far as hit his head. All right, and then on top of that, now he got footwork, and his footwork is built on angles. It's built on pivots. It's not built on the principle of shuffling and staying on the outside and boxing from the outside. He don't need that shit. He can box you mid-range. He can box you on the inside. He can box you on the outside. Canelo Alvarez got that upper body movement, right? James Toney got that upper body movement, right? These guys can stand right in the pocket with you and fight you. Shit, they ain't even move their feet, and you're not going to hit them. You're just not going to hit them. You're going to hit their arms. You're going to hit their hands. You're going to hit air, but you're not hitting them. And that's the same thing with Floyd. He can stand right in the pocket with you. You're not hitting him. He stay mid-range with you. You're not going to hit him. See? And that's the difference with Floyd Mayweather. Muhammad Ali, he stay on the outside. You're not going to hit him. That head movement's always off center line. He's always playing with you because you're not going to hit him. If you go for his head especially, if you go for his body, you might hit him in his body. Mayweather, he can do that at any range. You're not going to hit him on the inside. You're not going to hit him mid-range. You're not going to hit him on the outside. It's damn difficult to do. You might tag him once or twice on the body, but he usually catch the shot to buffer it, or he's moving with the shot. So my point is, y'all don't know shit about boxing. If you knew about boxing, man, you wouldn't be saying that dumb shit you'd be saying. Thomas Hearns would surely beat him. All those experts who saying that, they don't know shit about boxing. They don't know shit about boxing. They just heard Emmanuel Stewart say Thomas Hearns would knock him out, and they echo it like little friggin' parrots. Because they don't know shit about boxing. Alright? Sugar Ray Robinson had a hell of a punch. But I seen Floyd face a watered-down version of Sugar Ray Robinson in Sugar Shane Mosley. I seen Floyd face a watered-down version of Sugar Ray Leonard in Oscar De La Hoya. Seen it. So I know Floyd would beat Sugar Ray Leonard because he outpointed Oscar De La Hoya. I know Floyd would beat Sugar Ray Robinson because he outpointed and beat up a smaller, cruder version of Sugar Ray Robinson. A guy who idolized Sugar Ray Robinson and wanted to box like him. Both fighters, Sugar Ray Leonard, who was a much better version of Sugar Ray Robinson, by the way, but not as powerful, and Sugar Shane Mosley, patterned themselves after Sugar Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson style versus Charlie Burley style? Who wins? That's the question. If you want to really boil this down to what it is, Mayweather's a modern Charlie Burley. Go watch footage of Charlie Burley and tell me if he don't look like Mayweather. And Leonard and Shane Mosley are modern versions of Sugar Ray Robinson. You guys get it? So if you want to see what happened if Robinson faced Burley, you pair up the two fighters. I'm showing you guys what boxing is. I'm trying to teach you something. Because a lot of you guys, you talk, but you don't know shit. You talk, good talkers, but you don't go study styles. You don't go study what the boxers are doing in that ring. Forget what their names are. Watch at what they're doing. Describe what they're doing in there. That's how you know what a style of a boxer is. I'm not saying that Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Shane Mosley have an identical style to Sugar Ray Robinson. Not saying that at all. But both of them conform to the principles that Sugar Ray Robinson uses in his style. Sugar Ray Robinson, by the way, had a lot more body punching. He'd throw 6-7 shots to the body. They were all identical shots, but nonetheless, he threw body shots. He loved to do that. Flurry to the body and then come up top to the head. Leonard was a lot more complex than Sugar Ray Robinson in that respect. Leonard reminded me a lot more of the more skilled fighters. Leonard would look for openings. And then he would go pick you apart with the openings, but he was quick with the picking. And he could mix up shots. Mayweather, same thing. They mix up their shots. They don't hit you with the same shot, same place, unless it's hurting you. Then they will tag you with the same shot to the same place if it's open again. And usually, a boxer, if you hit him somewhere where it hurts him, he instinctively covers up that area because it hurts him, which leaves him open somewhere else. See what I'm saying? So Leonard was more of a picker of shots. And he'd crash you. He'd throw his just left-right combinations, try and overwhelm you. A la Oscar De La Hoya did the same shit, except he wasn't as good a picker. He wouldn't pick you apart first and then crash you. Roy Jones Jr., he'd pick you apart and then he would crash you, right? So I'm describing shit for you guys. I'm describing it so you guys could understand what I'm saying. Hey, I gotta chill right now. But y'all listen to go watch this interview by Roger Mayweather. Roger Mayweather talking about boxing, talking about picking punches, rolling punches, slipping punches, sliding under punches, bobbing and weaving over and under punches. Go watch Eric Bradley, the fight doctor. Go watch Eric Bradley's channel talking about the swivel and all of these other things. So much shit, man. Revoked footwork. I mean, god dang it, man. Boxing is so friggin' fun, man. Because there's so many moves to boxing. But you guys don't. You call Mayweather style boring. I'm like, man, fuck no. Hell no. He don't get knockouts. But hell no. Man. Y'all don't know shit about boxing, man. Y'all don't know boxing. Y'all don't know boxing. It hurts me, man. Go watch this fighter. There are two of them I want you to go watch. Go watch Ernesto Marcel. Really small, cute little fighter. Super featherweight, I think it was. Or featherweight. I think he was featherweight champion. Beat Alexis Aguero. Referee stopped the fight when he was fighting Roberto Duran. It was a close fight. Go watch that little dude. He's from Panama. Call him El Nato. I think he's dead now. Fun little fighter to watch. Alright? Go watch him. The other fighter I want you to check out is Alfredo. Ooh, he's another little fighter. Ah, I forgot his surname. Shit. That fighter is also fun to watch because of what he does with both hands. In and out style, ambush fighter. Pretty to watch. Had a lot of skill, counter punching skill, just everything was beautiful. And Alfredo, crap. Don't worry, in one of the videos I'll talk about him. I think I did a video on him actually. Hell of a little fighter. Problem with him was, again, ring smarts. No one when to engage, when not to engage. He had a lot of skill. Right? Mayweather was much more it was smarter than other people as well. Mayweather would practice a lot. And he's smart. See, one thing, you can be highly skilled, but you're not smart. Take, for instance, Zab Judah. Zab Judah is a highly skilled fighter, but he wasn't smart. He wasn't a smart fighter. That's the thing with Zab Judah. He had a lot of talent, had a lot of ability, and he had a lot of skill. He was also God-gifted. But the motherfucker, man, he wasn't smart. Mentally, he wasn't strong. Did some stupid things. You know. Alright, man. So, I think that's about it for me on this topic. Really enjoyed Demetrius Andrade versus Jack Culcay. I advise anyone go watch that fight. Jack Culcay absolutely has the skill to be able to deal with Demetrius Andrade. Which is why he got a split decision win over him. That's Andrade. But I would love to see a rematch between those two. I would love to see a rematch. Good. That was a good fight, man. Culcay deserves to be world champion. On that note, you guys have a great one.